Makoti makatepheka abe pholisa inyawo. Woohoo! A slow cooked meal while you're connecting with your family and enjoying whatever you like on a Sunday or a Saturday, a day, it would do you some good. Welcome to Life and In Between with Mrs. Ann. I'm Gunanongaula, those who don't know me. Yes, and welcome to our home, welcome to our family if you are seeing me for the first time. Here we stay and we subscribe, we engage on the comment section. Let me know if you are a new subscriber and I will welcome you warmly into our home. On today's vlog, I am on the Indoda must be spoiled, so I will be spoiling my husband with his favorite meal, a lamb shank. But the twist to it, I am going to make it in one of our favorite ways to cook. I'll be cooking on an open fire on our open fire place. So I will be using my Xhosa, which is a 3-legged pot on the open fire, more like a portucos for some people that are only familiar with the portucos, but this will be the lamb shank, the normal recipe. But obviously this time around I would not be adding wine, so I am creating a hearty meal for my family. I will be serving it with mashed potatoes, cabbage. I know I haven't used cabbage in a long time. The carrots will already be on the lamb shank pot. So yeah, please enjoy as we cook together. I'm going to quickly take you through to my ingredients. Obviously, the first one being the lamb shank, and I will be showing you the rest of the things I will use, and substitution as well onto the wine, what I will be substituting the wine with. In case of some of you who do not want to cook with alcohol, there's options available for that strong taste of the meat. Enjoy this vlog. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and leave a like, please. And also, if you do enjoy this video, to share it on your timelines, social media, WhatsApp, Facebook, and Instagram. You can always share it to introduce our channel to other people. And I would really appreciate if you support this channel that way. So yeah, let's get on cooking. First things first, I just need to have a glass of my bubbles and then we can begin cooking. I'm going to introduce you to my ingredients. I have decided I'll be using red wine because using substitute takes a little bit more ingredients that I don't have. But I'm more than happy to share the substitute ingredients if you will not be using red wine, or if you won't be using de-alcoholized red wine. That is wine without alcohol. Woohoo! Okay, let's enjoy, guys. The first one is really good. Okay, first things first, let's get to it. We've got the star of the show, the lamb shank, carrots, celery, thyme, and chicken stock, garlic, tomato paste, and also my favorite. Remember, we stopped using aromat a while because this baby girl takes the trophy. It's very flavorful, but you need to be very careful because we have chicken stock. So a little bit of this to bring in the flavor. Salt, onion, bay leaves, and also wine. A Cabernet Sauvignon is one of the really nice ones that go well when we're cooking lamb shank and braised red meat. So if you're going for a red wine, I wouldn't recommend a Merlot, but if you have that, you can consider it as a red wine. But this one goes best, as well as a Sauvignon Blanc. You can do a red Sauvignon Blanc for your lamb shank or red meat braised. I'm also excited to be using my Forest and Feast range olive oil, cold press. I showed you on my shopping, and it's really, I've already opened it and I've used it on a frying. It's very good and I'm always excited to actually use it. It's a tap-like, nicely packaged. We'll be using this olive oil. And lastly, we have our potatoes, traditional potatoes, boiled and roast potatoes, which I will be boiling and making mashed potatoes to serve with the lamb shank as a side. Let's get cooking. Bella, Bringing my kitchen into my entertainment area so that I can easily access my ingredients on time without having to go back inside the house into the kitchen to get my ingredients. So this is my kitchen. So, you know the start of everything is chopping up vegetables and whatever that is to be chopped and killed. Slowly started my fire to turn the wood into coals, hot coals. Then I have my veggies pre-cut. The first thing I will be doing, I will sear the lamb shank into my pot and then transfer it out and do my veggies and everything, and then put back the lamb shank into the pot with my chicken stock and start the boiling process until it is falling off the bone. Cooking a lamb shank is very easy. You just have to have your ingredients ready and you're good to go. A slow cooked meal while you're connecting with your family and enjoying whatever you like on a Sunday or a Saturday, a day, it would do you some good. The fire is beautiful and ready for me to start with my pots. I will first make sure that I will first put in olive oil. Okay, let me just take you through this. Let me dry my pot. I will be stirring out the lamb shank. I need the pot to be very hot, and then pour in my olive oil and then start with my cooking. I just had to make sure that all 3 legs are seated on the base of the ground, and then I will put my woods back nicely and then start with my cooking. If you have never seen a lamb shank, this is how a lamb shank looks like. This is more like the hind, the bottom of the leg, right under the knee of the leg. So this is how the shank. I'm just gonna put a greater description of what a lamb shank, which cut on the meat it is. But this looks like this. Lamb, which is baby sheep. But anyway, carnivores. Wow, look at how gorgeous this is. Golden brown. This is gorgeous. Now in the vegetable, I will fry in the same pot with the olive oil. There's some leftovers from browning my lamb shank. Forgot to show you guys this. You also need crushed diced tomato. It can be plain diced tomato, but this one I prefer the one with the basil with olive oil. So into the pot. I just put the lamb shanks back in the pot. Now it is going to slow cook in the open fire. All I will be doing, I'll be checking if the wood is still burning nicely. If I need to add more wood, that is ukwezela. Yes, Makoti. Yes, then and then that will be slowly cooking. It has got everything that it needs in the pot. I'm just gonna lay back and relax. And now it's time to clear out the area that I've been cooking in, cleaning back my dishes and putting where they belong in my utensils. And then yeah, I'll be dealing with the mashed potato. We are back in the kitchen. I'm preparing the mashed potatoes now. As I mentioned that I'll be serving the lamb shank with the potatoes and the vegetables that are in the gravy. Let's get to it. It's peeling, dicing, cooking, mashing, putting butter and milk, and that's how I will be serving my potatoes. I don't want to put too much flavor. If I was not serving with lamb shank, I was probably going to zhuzh it up with a bit of garlic to make to pop up the flavor, but I'm not gonna do that. Let's have the potatoes as basic as they can to bring out the flavor of the lamb shank. Okay, let's get to it. So guys, a quick tip, I know I did not use a substitute for the red wine. For those who are not going to use the red wine, which is de-alcoholized or even alcoholized wine, although even alcoholized wine evaporates, the alcohol, 99% of it evaporates, so you won't be drunk from eating food with wine, that I promise you. But you can have a cup of beef broth. So that is the water from cooking beef, the juiciness that comes from the beef. So that beef broth, you can create it by cooking beef bones and then draw out the gold liquid, which is the broth, and also have a cup of the broth and half a cup of 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. I'll put the name in case the pronunciation, which is very much tricky. That is the way you can substitute having the wine. Also, lastly, I mentioned the types of wine. I made a very huge error when I mentioned the type of wine to add on. Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot is also good. It's a Pinot Noir that you cannot use on the wine. It's very bad for the cooking. So it's not the Sauvignon, it's not the Merlot. You can use the Merlot, but not the Pinot, the Pinotage, whichever way you prefer it. So that's the tip that I have on this meal for the day. Finally done. Let us check our pot. My potatoes, the water has dried up. I'm going to be pouring full cream fresh milk as well as unsalted butter, and we'll be mashing it away, and we are ready to dish up. My lamb shank has been resting to gather all the flavors and just settle. Thank you for watching my vlog cooking for you guys. I really enjoyed making this meal for my husband and I hope he enjoys it. The meat is falling off the bone and everything is just perfect. I made it traditionally how it's done, and I'm retiring for the night and let's enjoy dinner.